overall, it's strong in its first five, and I believe there is some sort of mistake in the concept of the play that they want to have. It wants to be a running team, but it cannot be a running team because they don't have control of their rebounds. After Victorino, they don't have a strong center. And on the part of Toyota, I think there was some tactical errors, I might say, in Jaworski entering at that late stage of the tournament. You know, Toyota is a star-studded team, and everybody had shown that they're capable of being superstars in the league. And here comes Robert Jaworski from retirement, taking all the publicity. Somehow it upset not only in the individual determination of the players, but also on the concept of the team itself, because you don't make adjustments at the middle of the tournament, at a critical part of the tournament. So somehow this affected the play of Toyota, and it might be the principal reason why Toyota did not make it this year. Or it's the first time that Toyota is not in the finals of the All-Filipino since 1976. No? And this is the first time that they lost all their games in the semifinals, and losing five straight, I think, is the longest losing streak Toyota ever had. So maybe there are other reasons outside of Jaworski's entry, late entry, but to me these are the most apparent reasons.
Okay, thank you very much, Bert. Now you heard it from a sportscaster, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go back to the games.
Well, Pings, that was very nice comments spoken by that gentleman. But I have a tendency to somewhat disagree with those comments, because I feel that a player of Sonny Jaworski's caliber, and because of his heritage on this Toyota ball club for so many years, I didn't think that, honestly, I didn't think that his injection would cause that much problems, even though it was very late in the tournament, as was pointed out by our interviewer. I still felt that Jaworski's addition to any ball club at any juncture in any series can always be of help.
Thank you, Steve, and that was Bert Alejera, sports writer, interviewed by Danny Sembrano, and there has been successful transitions from both squads. Brown hitting from the line, and then two hits from the floor by Gulfin, a retaliation coming from King and Jaworski, and then another shot coming from Brown to bring the score now. Great Taste on top, 22-14. Timeout being asked by Great. Live Le Fantasy Show and the Sonny Turner Super Show. It's only until April 22. No extension, and only for 100 pesos per person. If you take dinner like the way Steve does, it's 250 per head. The lunchtime show is still on.
And if you take dinner like Pingoy takes it, they charge you $4.50.
And Great Taste now is in team foul trouble. They're over the limit. Toyota is only 14 fouls. Aguntalan. And he draws a foul from the Big J. Jaworski's second personal, bringing Toyota to their 15th foul. We have 3:27 to go before the end of the first quarter.
You know, I think it's also important to point out, Pingoy, that because the way the other series is going, and because a lot of people feel that Crispa is going to just roll over the Gilby's Gin team, this series might end short. And should the championship round end, this series will also end, even if it's tied at 1-up or 2-1. And the team with the highest point differential will go on to take the number 3 spot. So each team should try to win each ball game, and especially in light of the fact that the other series might end very quickly.
Good block by Joy Carpio with assistance coming from Golfin. During the timeout, there was a substitution. Victorino just checked in, and a little while back, Mon Fernandez coming in. Mon Fernandez, 1982 PBA MVP. Foul called against Victorino. That's his first. So we have free throws from the line.
Yes, at this early stage, with 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go, Great Taste is over the limit, and Toyota should try to capitalize. As you recall, in the opening game, we mentioned that Great Taste scored 36 points from the free throw line in game number 1, and Toyota is going to try to beat them at their same game from the free throw line.
A split from Sonny Jaworski. By the way, watch these two teams play against the RP men's team to the Southeast Asian Games, May 3rd and 5th at the Rizal Coliseum. It's a series to look forward to. Watch with your favorite PBA coaches playing against the PBA coaches in the preliminary game. Don't miss the RP men's tune-up series with the top 4 PBA ball clubs. May 3rd to the 10th at the Rizal Coliseum.
Yes, and so far in the ball game, Bogs Donato has been on the bench for the entire ball game. I have a feeling that tonight Jimmy Mariano and Baby Dalupan are going to try something different. They might just play Ricardo Brown at one time and then Bogs Donato at the other time to see how the players play individually without each other on the court.
And Great Taste continues to have their spurt from a 10-26. They're on top now. It is 26-18, and Ricardo Brown top scoring, 12 points to his credit. Here's the Big J. So far has made 3 points. Ricky Colosso just checked in, taking his first jump shot. And Gulfin asserting himself. Carpio, good stretch. 8 points. Good backup for Brown in the production side. We have exactly 2 minutes. Colosso.
Well, the problem so far for Toyota has been that Sonny Jaworski has been penetrating to the basket, but the off-guard, Colosso or Legaspi, when he was in the game, was not falling back on defense. And Great Taste has been able to fast break.
And Brown is having a field day. He hits you inside and outside. That was a 17-footer for his 14th point. Manny Victorino trying to handcuff Mon Fernandez. He's just got a lot of moves. First basket for Mon.
Yes, that's where Mon Fernandez is so effective. Even when you think you have him trapped up, he's able to squeak out of the double team.
Gulfin is open. Here's the Big J looking down very quickly. Anticipated. Gulfin coming down playing safety. A minute and 10 to go. Here's Carpio. Covered by Herrera. Here's the Brown inside to Victorino. A little bit soft. Outstretched hands coming from Mon Fernandez. Velosa and illegal block called against Gulfin. It takes by 8 points. It's 30-22, 54 seconds to go. And we have the former 3-time MVP, Bogs Donato, checking in for the first time. And Jimmy Mariano resting Gulfin.
Yes, and I think Toyota is in big trouble because Ricardo Brown is hot. And if Bogs Donato comes off the bench and starts hitting as well, it's going to be very difficult for Toyota to cover both of those men from the outside.
This is a very strong combination in the firing line of Great Taste. Bogs Donato last Tuesday fired 36, and Brown right behind him with 35.
It's almost like having two imports.
This is the 155 howitzer. And Herrera has been assigned to cover Bogs Donato. Low posting is Manny Victorino. Good check coming from Velosa. Good block. Up he goes. Cutting down the lead of Great Taste to only 4.
Yes, very nice block by Velosa, especially because he did not commit the foul. He came over from the side and there was no body contact.
Inside pass to Manny Victorino. Almost took a splash, and Mon Fernandez raising his arm for his first personal foul, bringing Toyota to their 7th team foul. Both now are in team foul trouble.
I think one thing that we have a substitution, Carpio coming out and Banal coming into the game. I think one thing that the Great Taste coaching staff has realized is that they can play Victorino and Carpio at the same time. And having two centers on the court at the same time is a good idea for the Great Taste team, which sorely lacks height and rebounding abilities.
16 big points for the quick Brown Fox. Inside intended for Mon Fernandez, a little bit too high. Here is Bogs Donato. There goes the horn, ending the first quarter.
Okay, let's take a look on slow motion here at that block. You see, it was good defense by Relosa. He actually switched because Carpio had set the pick. And Relosa came around the pick. Bogs did not expect him to be there, and it was a good block shot.
Absolutely right, because Bogs had a very surprised look. Said, where did you come from? You never do that. Here is Banal, just checked in, getting his first basket off. And incidentally, Janice de Belen unravels her past tomorrow night on True Confessions ng Mga Bituin. Hosted by Inday Baliday, True Confessions ng Mga Bituin, tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. right here on City 2 Television.